midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25.
Here we go. 50. Clear. Watch out in. 80 weapon. 80 weapon. Hot.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a 2nd and 7. That'll be caught by Rice. 7 yards there and a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
That good for 22 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
Yeah, just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. A pickup of 24, and that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there, with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On first down, it's Nelson, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Come on out here. Come get some. Yep. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Here,
throwing on first down is Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. One heck of a third down conversion, 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Hey, Charlie!
Into the red zone, it's locked. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here.
Let's go, let's go!
Operating from the gun, Knight. This is the tight end fan. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a give, right side. Swift. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt.
Hey, high 7. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey, they're scared. They're scared. Hey, shoot.
On 1st down, Locke. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Block now to throw. Johnson's got it complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
On second down now. Swift. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal. His pass caught at the 4. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jakeem Grant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. He'll have a first down past the 40. An ideal beginning of the drive there as he'll get 20 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up. If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. They'll throw over the middle, taken in. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And all the way up to the 47-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami, and even 40 yards. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Go, now.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Nelson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Go now. 15 line. Get it.
On 2nd and 12, Locke throwing middle, but it's incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
He completes this to Sutton. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Now the Dolphins going to... the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Look at me. Zipper. Bravo. Check 33. Check 2.
They do go for it. It's Locke. It's caught. Nelson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. From the gun, Knight. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Check 59. Mike is 53.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Here comes Grant on the return. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try to cut down the length of the drive.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. And now it's second down. Second and 10. Throw left side, completion to Rice. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
On first down, Swift. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And a rout is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play them. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
First down, and goal to go at the 6-yard line.
Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to go down in the field of play. So they say no to the field goal try. And now time has run out on this first half. All right, Coach, thank you. And we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead. And we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is. Right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Hey, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
You got nothing.
And the catch made by Johnson. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45.
They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. I smell fear in that offense.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Tim Patrick, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos get a bit closer. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is down to 28-10. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll run on 1st down. Swift. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They're going to look to throw. Man open, Rice. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Gary Jennings, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath, short pass like that. But, boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to...
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Raekwon McMillan able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Hey, Haywood!
Throwing now is Locke. He finds his man Johnson. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. 3rd and 2, Locke's going to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A pickup of 5 that time and a 1st down. Locke now on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Everson Griffin able to record his 5th sack of the season. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Locke throwing on target to Fant.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. To throw it is Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a 1st down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
After the sack on 1st down, Locke. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 14.
Hey, Foxtrot. 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And he's got Rome. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 39 yards there, a big one.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Buying time to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On second down, Swift. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Sanders now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Dolphins 49, Broncos 10.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. On 2nd and 9. Locke. He completes it to Nelson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. They look to throw. It's Locke. Got him in open. It's Sutton. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Locke to throw. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point from McManus is good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And the Dolphin first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Miami, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.